Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to the Mind Hiking Podcast. Really appreciate it, and especially these bonus episodes. It really shows me that you guys are loyal listeners and care what I say. I think it's really cool, so please continue to like and share this podcast. It means so much, and I love seeing this podcast grow, so keep telling your friends. So thank you so much. And again, especially with a podcast episode like this one, if it speaks to you or you know somebody that really needs to hear something like this, please send it to them. Not only will it help them, but also it helps this podcast grow. And whoever needs to hear these messages, I'd love to hear that it reaches you. So especially when I receive messages of people saying like, that really spoke to me, or they can see themselves through my words or things like that. It means so much to me. So please continue to share the love, spread the word, and it means so much, guys. So thank you so much. And I got a good one here for you too. It's kind of a update to one of the older episodes. So hope you guys enjoy and stay tuned. Hello and welcome, everyone. I'm your host, Brody Frye, and here we dive deep into difficult questions. We'll map out thoughts, theories, and crazy ideas for the love of knowledge and growth. So, how do we answer some of the mind's toughest questions? This is the Mind Hiking Podcast. Come on in, guys. Have a seat. Make yourselves at home. Just get comfortable. Today, we're going to be talking about a topic that I've talked about before. Just kind of, sometimes I like to go back and not revamp, but like, there's so much to talk about on any topic. There's just like infinite possibilities of things to say about anything. So I like to go back and touch topics that we've already discussed, and one that really speaks to me, stands out to me. I had an episode called Be Nice, and that episode it really didn't do well, but it is one of my favorites. I liked it. I have a lot of favorites, but this one I thought it was pretty good, and really more of the message was good. I really liked just kind of where I was trying to go with it, I guess. So I guess this is going to be round 2. Going to see how this one goes. I truly believe that everybody is nice. Everybody has the best intentions. I feel like people are good. Obviously, there are, there's exceptions for everything, but the majority of people are good. The majority of people are nice. The majority of people want a good, happy life, and we're all doing our best to make that happen for us. And I think when people hurt other people, it's because of pain that they're feeling in themselves from what they believe is not truly from them, or something. They're basically projecting pain that they have felt onto others, which it obviously is wrong. But they look at it like, I didn't deserve this. So they're upset, and then next thing you know, they're hurting other people, or all sorts of variables. But I feel like the gist of it is, for the most part, something along those lines. And if you look at it, it makes sense. And we're all imperfect human beings. And there is a lot of pain that we have to suffer. All of us are literally here not by choice. Like, who knows what happened before life and what happens after life, or our life at least, or if it keeps going on. But right here with the knowledge we've been given, who knows? But as far as we know that we know, we didn't have a choice to be here. We were just born into this world unexpectedly, as far as we know. And it's just interesting to me seeing people hurt other people when nobody asked to be here. First of all, nobody asked to be here. Second of all, nobody got to choose who they are. Nobody got to choose their set of circumstances, their life. Nobody got to choose what they look like or how they get to move around this world. Nobody got to choose to be disabled or handicapped. Nobody got to choose to have brown hair, blonde hair, black hair, red hair, whatever. Nobody got to choose any of these details. Nobody got to choose anything. You're born into who you're born as, and nobody got to choose that. And just the fact that people can use things like that against somebody, like just the fact that somebody can use such a low blow, somebody can leverage something. First of all, somebody sees any of these traits as a downfall. That's the first error. That's the first insane idea, that a person can look at another person and say that that's wrong or that's weird or whatever. We're all weird. It really is disturbing to me that somebody can pick something out from somebody that didn't have a choice and can leverage that and make fun of them or hurt them or just cause pain and suffering to that other person, as if the life they're living isn't already enough pain and suffering. This life they got pulled into without choice. And just that people make fun of that. That's just insane to me. Yeah, and that's second of all, is just the fact that it's amazing to me. Again, I feel like that stems from pain that they've experienced in their own life, and they're projecting it, but it's so wrong. There was this great imagery, this great picture that I saw one time, and it was basically people, essentially what I'm trying to say is, you get people that fight, you get people that hurt other people, you get people that make fun of other people, and it's just like a world of so much suffering and so much pain and sadness going around, and everybody's just trying to get through their day, get through their life, just one day at a time, sometimes even one breath at a time. But either way, a question is just, what's the point? Because I know my listeners are all good people. You guys are all awesome, and I'm so grateful for your support. So you guys, I know, have gone out and tried to be a good person, I'm sure, right? You guys are tired of the people that are causing suffering and pain, and you want to go make an impact, make a difference. You guys want to be good people, and I know you guys are. And you go out there and you be a good person. You be kind to somebody. You hold the door for somebody, or you wait for somebody and let somebody else go if you're in the grocery store. I've used the grocery store analogy before and pretty often, just because it's easy, because it's a great public setting with lots of diversity and interaction, where it's just like life. Everybody's got goals. Everybody has things that they need to go by. They need to, they got their list. They're like, I got to get through this. And the same with the day. You got your list of tasks, and everybody's trying to do something. So it's like a scaled down version of life. And everybody's got their shopping carts and they're just going around, whatever. And then you got some of the people that are on their motorcycles or in a fast car, basically, which are the people that don't have carts or the carry carts, like the carry baskets, and they're just zipping around. But yeah, essentially grocery store, I like that example because it's just a scaled down version of what it's like out there. But you go out there and you just try to be nice and compliment somebody, or you wait for somebody, or maybe even an accident happens and you bump carts with somebody around a corner, and then you're like, oh, I'm so sorry. And then they glare at you, or somebody's rude to you, or somebody intentionally hits your cart trying to squeeze through, or like any example. Like there's so many examples of stuff like that. Or like people will knock stuff over or off shelves and walk away or whatever. It's just like there's just countless. I know all of you guys have example grocery store stories. There's countless stories of that, but like times like that make you question what's the point, right? Where you try to be good and then the reaction you get is like negative when it's like, oh, okay, I went out of my way. You start thinking this way. I went out of my way to be kind to you and you're going to be a dick. And it's frustrating and it's upsetting and it's like, why bother? That's kind of the conclusion that you want to come to. And sometimes you can be strong. Sometimes you can be the better person. You can hold out a little bit longer, but I know all of you guys have gotten to this point, experienced this, where you try to be nice for so long, you try to make the world a better place, and it just, we come back to just the example of the lobster pot of just, it's not, it's, you're fighting to get out of this boiling water as a lobster, and it's not your own strength that you have to look at. It's not what you have to, what's holding you back is the people around you. Everybody around you is grabbing onto you and pulling you back down. As soon as you get one of your claws over the edge and you start pulling yourself up, the lobsters below you grab onto you and pull you back in. And you just kind of come back to that. And again, that's upsetting and wrong also. And basically, when you get this urge to be kind again, you just be nice and you're just like, I'm going to make the world a better place. And you go out there and you try to help somebody. Somebody spills something at the grocery store and you go and help them pick it up, or help them clean, or do whatever. You wait for somebody, you give somebody a compliment, anything. And you help an old lady reach something on the high shelf, on the top shelf or something. And any of these examples, and you get a negative response from them, or they shoot you away, or they say some snarky comment to you. And who knows what's going on in their day, but it's discouraging if you get a response like that. A lot of times, if you get a positive response, that makes all the difference. That makes a world of difference, and it's positive for the both of you. It's awesome. It's rejuvenating. It really helps. But when you get those negative responses, that's essentially the crabs below you just pulling you back down. That's the world, not specifically that person, but that's the world just dragging you back down. And it's so frustrating, but you gotta hang on. We as humans have this infinite capacity for love, and it feels like you get one comment like that and it feels like that's it. Why bother? I don't want to do this anymore. But that's just the demons inside of you just just whispering in your ear, why bother? That's not actually you. You went out and you decided that you want to go out and make a difference, make the world a better place. You get discouraged. That's just the demons whispering to you, saying, why are you doing this? There's no point to this. Now I'm going to circle back to when I started, but the imagery that I was talking about, sorry to draw this story out, but the imagery basically is, I saw a photo one time and it was just a lineup of matches, and some of you might have seen this before, but just a lined up bunch of matches, like matchsticks, just standing upright in a straight line. Basically, like they're lit on fire, and they're just like, one of them lights up, the next one lights up, the next one lights up, and they're just going down the line, lighting each other up. And then one matchstick you pull out of the line, and then it stops there. And then none of the other ones light up because of the gap. Because one matchstick got pulled out of the line. Now, that's just a linear example. Now, think about that as like a web, like a network. And that's life. And we are the matchsticks. You have somebody get upset at you, and then you get upset for whatever reason, and then you carry that on to the next person. And even if it's just as simple as something like you bump carts and somebody apologizes to you, and then you just like still have your frustrated, pissed off face, and you just push right past them afterwards. And that's going to upset that next person, that you didn't necessarily mean anything by that. You bumped carts and you were pissed off already, and now you're more upset. But guess what you just did? You just passed that on to the next person. You just lit that next match. And it's not like that's the end, because we are a network. We're all connected. So now you can keep going. It's not like you can only light the next match. You could keep going and lighten up everything around you, and then everybody lighten up everything around you. It's just like a zombie apocalypse. It's just spreading everywhere. Just viruses going everywhere. Viruses going viral. And it's sad. But you step out of that network, and that's going to make all the difference in the world. And not only that, not only stepping out, but could you imagine taking it a step further and making a difference? Not just stepping out and preventing that spread from happening, but also making an impact, a reversal impact. Like smiling at somebody and saying, it's okay, don't worry, have a great day. But not just say it, mean it. Being a good person, being nice to somebody, instead of looking for the negatives of something or at somebody, look for the positives. Or even spin the negatives into a positive. Like if somebody messes something up at work or something like that, you can tell them, I really see a lot of improvement in you. You're doing this really well. I've noticed that when I tell you to do this, that you've really taken that in and actually improved, blah, 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 whatever. Could you continue that growth and apply it to this instead of saying, you idiot, what are you doing? What does that look like what I told you to do? No, that looks nothing like what I told you to, and somebody goes off on you like that. Because that, even if it's like a duller version of that, where it's just like, you just kind of like, idiot, something like that. Or just like even a simple head shake at you because you're doing something wrong or something like that. Like that's spreading fire. But yes, stepping out, that's going to stop the fire, but also you have an opportunity to spread goodness and kindness. And I feel like that's our default as humans. There's so much hatred in the world, and there's so much pain and suffering. And that spreads faster, let me tell you. That spreads a lot faster than good. That spreads a lot faster than kindness. That takes effort, but the capacity for that is infinite. The capacity for hatred and pain and suffering is not infinite. There comes a point where you break down and you've had enough. Think about it. I'm sure all of us has experienced this and gotten to that point. We've all had emotional and mental breakdowns. All of us. Life is hard enough at this point. Don't be ashamed of it. I have. All of you guys have also. I know it. And there is a breaking point. There is a point in your life that you hit and you've had enough. You break down. But that capacity for love is infinite. Nobody has ever hit this ceiling of love and been like, oh, too much love, I just can't. No, that doesn't happen. It's literally infinite. And if you think it is, that's just those demons whispering in your ear saying, oh, what's the point? Blah, blah, blah. But you can continue that love on infinitely. You can just share that love forever. And it's literally endless. Just don't even think of it as like a bank for you. Like, don't even think of it as taking from you, or don't think of it as you're giving something. Think of it as universal love, that you're just moving. You're moving this universal love through you and out to others that need it. It's like water. It always wants to settle. It settles in all the valleys. Like it rains and you don't see ponds like on peaks of mountains. You don't see water settling on the top of a hill. No, it floats and just runs down the hills and settles. It puddles in the low spots. Let your love and compassion and kindness be like water and settle in the low spots. The people that are in the low spots, the people that need it, the people that need help, and let them float back up through your love. That's what we need. And there's an infinite capacity. We need to be nice. We need to be kind. We need to make the world a better place. Like I said, we didn't ask to be here. There's enough suffering and pain in the world. And the least we can do is move love to those who need it. So, hope you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully I spoke to somebody. And if you're in a low spot and you need love, hopefully this podcast is spreading love your way. And I hope I'm sure love is coming your way. Like I said, water is always settling. Water is always coming down. So love is coming to you. If you're in a low spot, you just got to wait. Sometimes we don't get rain for a while, but eventually, it's just because you're not feeling any love now doesn't mean that there's not love out there in the universe. Sometimes there's droughts. Sometimes in a season, crops go through droughts, but that makes them stronger, and you're going to be that much more grateful when you finally receive that love, and it's going to be that much more meaningful. And I'm telling you, you got to hold on. You just got to be strong. And even if you're in a low spot, spread love yourself. Move that love around. It's absolutely infinite. So do everything you can to make this world a better place, guys. It's a tough world, and we're all fighting the best fight that we can. So the least you can do is recognize that in somebody else and help somebody out. So, all right, guys, love you, and spread love, share goodness and kindness, and carry it on through the rest of this day. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.